Question: who was the first person to report a lunar eclipse? The first written report of a lunar eclipse was observed as early as 2283 BC by an astrophysicist. Was observed as early as 2283 BC by the astronomers of Mesopotamia or Dvoryakia, a country located between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. 2,500 years ago, the Greek Thales was the first European astronomer to come up with a correct theory of the phases of the moon. A correct theory of the phases of the moon. Thales explained why the moon looks like a circle, like a sickle, or pale. Question: who wrote the first science fiction novel? A Greek comedian more than 2,000 years ago wrote the first story in which a man went to the moon. This, of course, gave his contemporaries plenty to ridicule, because traveling to the moon was unthinkable at the time. But yet, 20 years later, his compatriot Hipparchus was the first to calculate the distance from the Earth to the moon. Question: who invented the most important astronomical instruments? The astrolabe can be used to determine how high above the horizon. This instrument was invented around 150 BC by the Greek Hipparchus. The first telescope was built in 1608 by the Dutchman lippershey. The first reflecting telescope was built by the famous physicist Isaac Newton in 1668. In it, incident light rays are refracted by a system of concave and flat mirrors. Before the invention of the radio telescope, the astrolabe and the telescope were still the most important tools of astronomers. Astronomers' most important tools.